nation is connected, but if everybody in that nation is on one accord, then you're going to thrive. So let's say Africa, like most of the exports is like minerals and shit, right? Minerals, maybe like fruits, vegetables, agriculture. They're rich in it, right? Diamonds, gold, a lot of mineral shit, but they not together with it. So that's why, like, the Europeans are coming in and capitalizing off that shit, because all the different African states is divided. Everybody's against each other. So the foreigners, that's how they're able to come in and occupy and colonize these areas and then extract the resources and take it back home. That's what the fuck he doing. That's why I be like, I know they not my friends. I know who my enemy is. But at the same time, I understand that it's not, as a man thinketh, so shall he be. It's not about, like, the physical aspect, because this shit, this is a spiritual war, right? So it's mental, it's not physical. It's not, I can overpower his little goofy ass and take his shit, you feel me? Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do to him physically. He can't compete with me. But mentally, competency-wise, he knows shit that I don't fucking know. He has resources that I don't have. I may have these resources and don't even realize I got these fucking resources. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like, this shit, but that's what they do. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because I can't do it with my people, so I'm going to have to do it myself and just be the example. Doing commerce, international trade. We do it every fucking day. Don't you buy shit from fucking Amazon? Where you think it's coming from?
What's good? What's good? We back again, man. Another exclusive, baby. It's beautiful Tuesday morning, man. It's raining here where I'm at, Maryland, but hopefully the sun is out and shining bright where you are. And man, look, man, today we're gonna talk about mental health, man. Men's mental health.
Okay.
That's gonna be the topic for today. We could just chat out the way, man. What we got in here today, man? May Maury, what's good, man? You been in here for a minute, man. Waiting since 10:25. Salute, bruh. God damn, that's what I'm talking about. Salute. Samurai, what's good, man? Bad Doctor, man. What's good, man? Oh, he in the D. Damn, it's raining in the D, too. It be like that sometime, man. Perfect weather for today's topic, man. We're gonna talk about our emotions today, man. As men, we don't express our emotions enough, man. We keep a lot of shit bottled up, keep a lot of shit in. And what's good, Jerry? Jerry, I'm hating on you then, Jerry. It ain't sunny where I'm at, Jerry. It's raining here, man. But we did it, though. We did it, man. We did it. But yeah, man, today I want to discuss mental health, man. Men's mental health, man. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows anybody personally that has, taken their own life, due to, stress, man. Just call it what it is, stress. It's stress, and either not knowing how to deal with it or just holding it in. You can implode or you can explode, right? We all know what an explosion is, right? That's when something explodes, it bursts the energy outward, right? You know, I explode pretty much every day. You know, I'm flipping out about something pretty much. But I'd rather explode than implode. Implode is when that explosion happens within. And that's what kills us as men. We hold this shit in, we bottle this shit up. Whatever we dealing with, whether it's, you know, something personal, a family member, a loved one, you know, it could be a spouse, a child, a sibling, you know, a parent, a coworker, business partner. It don't matter. You know, it all stems to stress. It all boils down to stress, right? And how we either handle that stress or deal with that stress, or we're not handling and dealing with it. And that's why we having the issues we have. Lone Wolf was good, man. Yeah. I ain't gonna get started yet, man. Big A, get back in here, man. We're gonna get it going. 11:11. Let the chat fill up a little bit more.
Oh man, I thought it was in there. I'm sitting there talking this whole time, bro. I've been talking this entire time, man.
Oh yeah, you talk to yourself, nigga. We could we could hear you.
Nah, man, that mental health is real, bro.
Yeah.
That mental health is real, man.
It's serious, bro.
Yeah, I you know, yeah, man. We don't talk about that enough, man. And a lot of us explode, and when they explode instead of implode, they just taking it out on society. They taking it out on the next person on it. Hate. It's a whole bunch of ways a lot of people express themselves, man. But a lot of things that I see in these boys that always in the mix, stirring up shit, kicking up dust, got a problem with everybody, man. Somebody, it's always something. They always, if it ain't you, it's somebody else. A lot of those people got a lot of internal conflict, and it doesn't have nothing to do with the other side. They dealing with something within. You know what I'm saying? And you see it on a regular basis, man. And you can get caught up in the mix like that too. A lot of us got our own situations going on. A lot of us going through our day-to-day dues, man, just trying to make it through life, man. Putting one pant leg on at a time, man, dealing with these situations as they come. And you got a lot of people that's not dealing with their situations. They dealing with everybody else's situation. Instead of facing their own situation, they focus on somebody else. There's a lot of that out there, man. Sean, come on. Get your butt over here. Come on.
Yep. It sure is. A lot of it. It's too much of it, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's really sad, and it's frustrating because it's like, all right, for instance, what I'm speaking on is basically the men that do it. You have some men that do it and don't even realize that's what they're doing, right? And then you have some
you've
that
done it. I've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have done it without, with your family, with all types of stuff, man. Anything, man.
Yep. Yep. But
nobody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But I always go back to childhood, right? Because that's where all our issues stem from. So a lack of a father figure has a lot to do with
how you handle your emotions.
How you handle your emotions, bro. A lot. If you notice, older guys, especially older guys from our generation, when we were coming up, bro, think about it, you didn't see a lot of emotional men in public.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of displays of emotion. You didn't see that from men, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you see it? Yes, but it wasn't nowhere near to the extent that it is now. And that's because you have way more men that grew up. All right, for instance, when we were younger, there was the same amount of men growing up without their dads that it is now, right? Probably more now than then, but you still had men in the community who you could go to for advice or you could go to for leadership or guidance, right?
Yeah.
Even if it was an uncle or it was somebody in the family or in the community that you can go to for that father figure, that they can't fully fill that role or that position, but they can give you something to work with. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah.
So you ain't just out here just assed out and lost. So that's really lacking now, because if I got men in my family, but they act like bitches too, it's like, then how can I, you know what I mean? How can I ever learn how a man is supposed to conduct himself, or how he's supposed to handle like situations in life with logic and reason, not with emotions and feelings, but with logic and reason. You have to logically think about the issue, right? And then rationalize what is the best solution to the problem, or what's the best solution that's going to give me the outcome that I want. Basically, how can I handle this situation to where things will end or the conclusion will be in my favor? Because that should be everything you do. That should be the goal. How can I handle this situation where it puts me in a better situation than what I was in before I started?
Yeah, man. That's it was the guy that I was following, man. I can't remember who it is, man. I can't, man. But anyway, he was saying something like, and he said this a long time ago, and it never sit in with me until I practiced it in one of my low point. And he was like, man, he say, you depressed, stuff ain't working out for you or anything, you know, it was breaking it down, and so to speak, he was like, get to work, you know. As a man, he say, you know, occupying your time with work can defeat a lot of things, you know. A man that focuses on work as far as his job or a job at hand can defeat a lot of things mentally, you know, physically and financially. So, you know how it is where your whole everything coming down. No matter where you turn, it's like it's all hell. You know, finding a task, it just diving into it, putting every last ounce you got into it to the point you're not thinking of what's in front of you. You thinking about what you're working on. You know, and if it's a lucrative task, you might find yourself coming out to the other the end of the tunnel with the light. You know, you'd be surprised what you could do if you just invested your time and just started working, man. A lot of us are depressed because we got time to think about we depressed. You know what I'm saying? We got time to think about this because we got time to, man, sometimes life don't allow you to have time for emotions as a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shit,
I'm gonna cut you off right there because you are 1,000% correct, my brother. 1,000% correct. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves, and that's something I have no tolerance for, man. It's like, as a man, yes, it's things that depress me, it's things that upset me, it's things that I need to fix about myself, but I don't have the luck. See, you're right, and I'm gonna explain it like this. What's the word? Depression. Depression is a luxury, right? I don't have the luxury of being depressed. Depressed, you can only be depressed when you're in a position to where your resources or your needs are being met, either by someone else or by yourself, to the point to where you have the time and the energy and the resources to be depressed. I don't have that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm depressed. Like, women and children can be depressed because they're being taken care of, right? So they can sit around and focus on what they don't have. I know what I don't have, and I know what I need. So I don't have time to being depressed and crying and whining about my issues or my situation is not going to change it. It's just going to make it worse.
Nah, for real.
You see what I'm saying? So if you got people that depend on you, you have people that rely on you, you don't have the luxury of being depressed.
Yeah.
Depression is a luxury. When I was in these third DR and I'm seeing how they live in this third world country, these motherfuckers ain't depressed. These motherfuckers,
That's
if
what I'm
anybody
saying.
should be depressed, they should be depressed. They living in huts,
Yeah.
they broke, they ain't got
But
no Section 8, no public
Yeah.
house, no assistance from the government, nothing.
Yeah, but they live in life, and the thing is, a lot of times, it's just like these dogs we were talking about earlier, man. Like, most of them that live in there, they're not looking at the rest of the world. They're looking at where they at, the common way of living. Guaranteed, if you were to look to the West or Western civilization, you're gonna be captivated by it. But they not looking outside. They living in that area. They enjoying what they got around their area, man, and that's living life. When you start thinking about a whole bunch of things that you don't have that you want, man, that could be a start. Learning to be not necessarily content, but learning how to work with what you have, and making yourself I'm trying to not say the word content, man, because content for some people could be a negative form if they highly ambitious, and they, you know what I'm saying, they because each person is different. Their whole mentality is different. The way I look at something and the way I view it might be too slow for somebody else. Like, nah, it ain't my life. I know where I'm supposed to be. But like, if you most of the successful entrepreneur, self-made businesses started with the tools that they had at their hands, not what they couldn't acquire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. Pimps, where you at, bro?
Nah, you right, bro. I agree. But this is the thing, like, and that's why I say at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter how you get to the destination. We all going to the same destination.
Yeah.
Taking different routes. We going in different cars, different routes, different. Our journeys may be different, but the end goal is always the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
man. Yeah.
Which road do you want to take? Do you want to take the fast route? You want to hurry up and get there? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do you want to take your time and enjoy the journey? Take the scenic route? Do you want to take the hard road with all the potholes and bumps, and you got to pull over and put a donut, change the tire, and you might have to call the tow truck because your axle broken and your ball joints. How do you want to get to the destination? Because at the end of the day, we all gonna get there. And to prove my point, just sit around. The next time you see a whole bunch, if you ever in a space or in a social setting where you have a lot of OGs, successful OGs just sitting around, maybe you're at the bar or restaurant or lounge or something, you see a group of OGs, they just sitting around with the Kango hats and they loafers on and they dockers and shit, and they just sitting around having drinks and talking, smoking their cigars and talking shit. Listen to their conversations. Matter of fact, let's go over there and jump in their conversation. They love to talk, I'm telling you, because they love to, everybody know old heads love to fucking talk.
Mm-hmm.
Have a conversation with them. Soak some game up, because I promise you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something, because they're already where you're trying to get to. So why the fuck would you not want to have a conversation with them? You understand what we always think? Oh, these old ass niggas. Yeah, but them old ass niggas. The goal is to be one of them old ass niggas one day, right?
Solo say speak upon stoicism. Stoicism is very, very heavy, man.
Which is something that today is looked at as, so stoicism today is viewed as what do they call it? Toxic masculinity. That's what they view stoicism as today.
Well, stoicism is, how can I put it, man? It's being one with the earth. In so to speak, man. Stoicism is being one with the earth, man. Because that's how the first time I read about it, that's how it was explained. And one of the best authors for Stoicism, is the Daily Memoirs of Marcus Aurelius. You guys got to go read that, man. That's real heavy. And when I say like it's kind of like being one with the earth, everything is so simple. If you look around you everything is simple. You know what I'm saying? There's 4 things that are guaranteed that's gonna happen every year. The seasons are gonna change.
Yep.
Every single year. And what happens within those seasons will stay the same. And all of that stuff, we try to make everything more complex than what it is, and Stoicism breaks it down to the most simplest things in life. And when you break it down to the simplest things in life, it's more so of being disciplined in that, because everything else around it is so easy to get distracted by.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? When you start breaking down Stoicism, it seems like it's hard. It seems like it's just bold. But all it is at the end of the day is just so simple. You just live in the simple way of life. You're not tricked. You know what I'm saying? You know the sun is going to rise. You know the sun is going to fall. You move accordingly, like Stoicism. And when you break it down, it makes it seem as if it's just so hard and so bold and strict and this and this. It's just you just one with the earth. You moving as if you were literally part of the earth, which you are. You're not moved by, I don't know. It's hard to explain, man.
No, it's not hard to explain. You explaining it. It's literally that. Living in harmony with nature.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know anybody that's stoic or gives me stoic vibes that don't live in harmony with nature. They don't go against the grain. They don't try to go along to get along. They just they are who they are. They have their men of principles. They have a code, right? They have maxims or rules that govern them, and they stick to that no matter what, to death. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's what makes an honorable man. That's what makes you respectable as a man. I don't know any men that I respect that's not stoic. None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah, man.
So that lets me know that this is the ideal perspective, or this is the ideal personality trait that I should be trying to focus on becoming, or trying to aspire to be, a stoic, right? Because those are the men that all the women want. Those are the men that all the men want to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe women may be attracted to Stoicism because it's no moving that person off of their square.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can't persuade you, if I can't change you, but I can do this, all this other stuff to everybody else, but I can't do it to you, I don't know why, but I'm attracted to you.
Yep.
That's how women be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. You talk all the shit in the world.
I'm gonna tell you why. Now you done put a pep hat on. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh man.
So we stoicism and ism. The stoicism. So I'm about to give you the ism of stoic. Okay. Now, women, right? They are looking for women and children are the same. They are driven by their emotions and their feelings, right? If it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't make me feel good or sound good to my ears, I don't want to hear it. I don't want no parts of it. So with a stoic man, right? He's not going to feed into your ego, because that's all it is ego. I'm not going to feed your ego. So when I don't feed your ego hungers. So, but what I am going to feed you is knowledge. I'm going to feed your higher self, not your lower self. See, most women and children are used to feeding their lower self, right? Their carnal nature, right? Food, sex, words are even, lower self, because it's like us talking that's like the lowest form of communication. Body language, I'll learn more from you through your body language than I would from having a conversation with you, because you can say anything out of your mouth. You can lie to me, you can say whatever you want, but your actions will always tell the truth. I don't care how good of an actor you are. Eventually, your actions will show your true intent and your true nature. So being stoic is if you're consistently stoic, they have nothing to. Okay, well, this is just how this nigga is. He's not letting up. This is just. I just have to accept it. Because he's not gonna budge. I can't manipulate him, because it's nothing. And this is the thing. most women, right? Well, all women have, this is their gift from God. They're weaker vessels physically, so they have to make up for that with the mental strength, right? So God gave them the gift of manipulation, right? Which we call female nature or seduction, right? So a woman can seduce a man to do things that he normally wouldn't do, right? She can manipulate you, she can guilt trip you, gaslight you, she can say and do certain things or push certain buttons to get certain emotional responses out of you. Now, if you, but they can only do that if you are an emotional man. If you know who you are as a man and you're comfortable, okay, and you're content with who you are as a man. Not saying that you think that you're good, you don't need to change anything or work on anything, but you know your flaws as a man. Once you know your flaws and you accept those flaws, there's nothing that a woman or a child, anybody can do to make you second guess who you are. I know who I am. There's nobody on this planet that can tell me who I am. Only I know who I am, or who I choose to be, or who I want to become.
Yeah.
And it should always be in my benefit first. And by me benefiting from that, then everyone else around me benefits.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have women, children, and I'm gonna use children for instance, because we were all children at once, right? Think about when we were young, right? And you know, if you had both parents in the household or you didn't, you know who to go to for what, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to grandma because I know mommy gonna say no. So I'm gonna go to grandma, I'm gonna go to grandpa, I'm gonna go to my aunt, I'm gonna go to daddy, I'm gonna go to, or daddy gonna say no, so I'm gonna go to mama, right? Or I'm gonna go to the grandma, I'm gonna go, whatever. You know who to go to get your way. You know how to manipulate a situation to get what you want. So this is why I say I don't tolerate the bullshit from grown adults, because we all learn manipulation as a child.
Yeah.
Babies know how to manipulate. I'm a cry and whine till you pick me the fuck up, because I know your punk ass don't want to hear me cry and whine. So I'm going to holler to the top of my fucking lungs until you get me what the fuck I want. A baby understands that.
Yeah.
Does that baby need to talk to you for you to figure out what that no. They're going to cry and whine till you figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
And what do most women do? They cry and whine until you figure out what the fuck they want. So
you triggered a whole bunch of women. That's that one.
But it's going to be triggering. Why? Because like I said earlier, it doesn't sound good to their ears. It's not painting them in a positive light. But but that's the thing. If you want to be better as a woman, you have to acknowledge the flaws in your character. If not, then you're going to always continue to get the same results from the same type of men. They may look different, they may sound different, they may whatever, but it's the same man ultimately, because that's what you're attracting. You have to change yourself. If you, I'm tired of dealing with these ain't shit niggas. But okay, well, you got to stop being an ain't shit woman.
Yeah, well, you got to stop picking ain't shit men.
But they don't know how. That's my point. If they knew how to stop doing it, then they wouldn't be doing it. They don't know how. All they know is what they know. And they're not trying to learn anything new. So if you don't learn anything new, do you understand what I'm saying? You have to learn new information, take in new information. So therefore, you can have a better result in life. All right, for instance, Big A wants to get his Class A's and he wants to drive trucks over the road, right? Okay, well, there's certain things that you're going to have to read, certain documents, certain books, certain classes you're going to have to take, certain tests you're going to have to take. There's a process that's going to need to happen for you to gain the information and the knowledge that you need in order for you to be able to accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
Now you can sit up and say all day, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna get my Class A's. Oh man, I'm gonna start my. But if every time I see you just consistently, it's the same thing. You just talking, right? I'm not seeing any action. So if 2 years from now, I'll be like, hey man, did you ever get you got your CDL, right? Oh nah, man, I had signed up for the class, man, but I never, I ain't. But I'ma still do it. I'ma still do it. Eventually, what is the perspective I'ma have of you? You're a procrastinator. You full of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing with women. You can say all day, oh, I can do this. I know how to do that. I can do this, do that. But if I'm not seeing the action, then I can only assume that you're lying. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
So back to because I ain't trying to make this about women. Back to mental health, right? Men's mental health. A lot of our mental health issues stem from the
a lot of our mental health is women. That's what you're saying. Our mental health is women. That's what you just said.
Hold on. No, it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. but it's the main thing.
Yeah.
Most men that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, the number one thing that they stress over is finances, right?
Yeah.
And then I would say number 2 is women.
Yeah.
Because most issues that you have with women wouldn't be an issue if your finances were in order.
Yeah.
Right? Because I done been on both sides. I done had the bag, I done not had the bag, I done, you know, so I know, I see the how minuscule the issues that I had with women were when I had my finances in order versus when I didn't. Right? So even with the mother of my children, you know what I mean? Like she really wasn't we really didn't have anything to argue about. If you really think about most debates that you have with your spouse or your significant other, they're usually about finances or her lacking something that she wants or needs.
Yeah.
So if there's really no lack or there's nothing that she really needs or wants, everything is handled and taken care of, what the fuck really does she have to complain about? Nothing.
Yeah.
So, but see, this is the funny thing, because they complain so much that when you fix the issue, now they have to have a new issue because they have to have something to complain about.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing that I can complain about, that means I have to create a problem because there is no problem currently. So I have to create a problem. So now I'm going to be going through your phone. Now I'm going to be wondering where you're at when you're not at home, who you with, who's this bitch, why she calling, who is that, why she liking all your content. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, you good. Yeah. Come on, Chris.
Let me get to these comments, see what they talking about.
Yeah.
SBC said, you know, problems with the wires. Always, bro. Always.
Yep.
He said, women are emotional and volatile by nature. Exactly. That's their nature. Female nature is pure chaos, right? It's fire.
Yep.
It's going. What does fire do? It consumes everything it comes into contact with.
Yeah.
So that fire has to be contained. It has to be controlled. Now, women don't want to hit it. Control. It's the verbiage. They don't like the verbiage, but it's because they don't understand the full scope of what. Okay, I say you take a woman that had her dad in her life, a strong masculine man, competent man in her life, versus a woman who didn't. The things that I'm saying, she will have no issue with. Why? Because it's not foreign to her. She's heard it a million times, right? Her whole childhood, she's heard that. She's had somebody, you know, she knows the strength of a man. She knows the purpose of a man. She's seen her mother and father and how they deal with each other and how she's treated by her dad and how her dad treats her and the things he does and the things he says and the values and the principles that he instills. She may hate his fucking guts as a little girl, right? He's mean. He don't love me. He mean in it because they're emotional. But once she becomes an adult, a woman, and she gets out here and starts living life on her own and having her own experiences, then she's gonna realize, wow, dad was right. I see now what he was trying, why he, you know, was, wow. And they start seeing their peers and they baby mamas at 16, 14, 15 years old. And you know, they going over their friends' houses, seeing how they live and how it's just chaos and there's no structure, no discipline. You know what I'm saying? Mama got niggas in and out and the sisters just twerking and doing what, it's like, oh my God, like what in the world's going on over here? That's the difference. So this is how I know as a man, when I meet a woman, I already know pretty much what type of childhood you had or what type of upbringing you had based off of the woman that's presented to me in front of me. Your countenance, how you present yourself, your talking points, the things that you're interested in, the things that excite you, the things that you know, make you upset, the things that make you happy. I'm gonna know whether or not you had your father like. I can smell a woman with daddy issues from a mile away.
Yeah.
But back to mental health. A lot of our issues as men stem from, for one, a lack of a father figure, right? A man teaching us how to deal with stress, how to deal with problems, to the point where it's not overwhelming. Like every little thing is just, oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And the least little thing is gonna break you. You know, what do they say? The straw that broke the camel's back. It's like the least little. It's like you so overwhelmed. You know, and it's like the least little thing is like, then you explode. Yeah. But this is why I say mental health is important, because as men, that's why I say I want this platform to be a place where men can come and they can vent. Their voice can be heard. Because there's no place else. Where can we go where our voice can be heard? When I say heard, meaning someone's listening to understand and not just listening to respond. Most women, most children, most of the people, even your friends, your associates, your coworkers, you know what I'm saying, your family members, they're listening to respond. They're not listening to understand.
Yeah.
So as men, we keep it bottled up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because think about it. You try to be vulnerable with you. They always say, "Oh, I want a man that's vulnerable, that's gonna be, you know, open with me." That's bullshit. They don't.
Yeah.
They say that, but they don't really mean it. Because when you give them that, then it's like, brother, 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 you know what I'm saying? It's like they kind of back off because it's a turn off. It's no different than you know, a sobbing man. Oh, baby, just having a word. They don't want to hear that because
they want you to go out there, conquer the world, deal with your problems, bottle them up, deal with their problems, and they co-workers' problems and their girlfriend problems and all this other stuff in the whole nine. And then you know what I'm saying? One all the time too.
Yep.
You know, part of that emotional, part of that emotional attachment is like stopping you in your tracks. Whatever you got going on, they need you to stop. I need you to stop focusing on me. You know? and in so many words, you know, it might not be like that literally but it might be a certain situation, man, and it's pulling you away from the money. You know what I'm saying? It's pulling you away from the focus of your job, the focus of your direction, and a lot of people get caught up in that. You know, a woman to be the man can be a man's best kept secret to his success, or his best, or everybody know that she behind the downfall. You know.
Yep. Awesome. What's good, man? Salute.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And SBC made a good point. He's talking about how, you know, in the media and in the public, how, you know, it is a side, bro. It is a side.
Yeah.
And it's planned and it's intentional. Okay, for instance, they have, and I was talking to a brother about this when I was in DR. He was from shit, I forgot where he said he was from. But he was from the States, right? And he was ex-military. He was retired, expat. He was living over there. And we had a great conversation, man. We was at a little bar in Boca Chica on the beach. You know, we just drinking and just talking shit. And it got serious. You know, it's always going to get serious with me because I don't talk about frivolous bullshit. If it's not something, you know, interesting or something that I can gain some information from, I really ain't trying to talk about it. So we got to talking about business. You know, he was telling me how he had a, you know, like a little lounge in Santiago. I'm like, oh shit, he got a lounge in Santiago. Now Santiago is like the kind of rich, upscale, you know, middle class, upper class. Yeah. I was like, okay. So, you know, we were talking, chopping it up or whatever. And I was telling about my clothing brand, all the stuff I had going on. And, you know, he was giving me advice on how to move over there when it comes to business and what to look out for, who to look out for, all that. So we ended up getting on like, you know, relationships and, you know, marriage and, you know, he talking about his ex-wife and all the hell he went through with her and, you know, why he ended up in DR and all that shit. So we basically we were venting. You know, we just two men having a conversation, just, you know, basically, what do you call it? Not peer bonding, but I can't think of the word. Basically, we were trauma bonding. That's what it's called. We were trauma bonded. You know what I'm saying? He telling me his traumatic experiences and how he overcame it. I'm telling him mine, and you know, he's getting some.
Y'all helping each other.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like pretty much, and it's like, nigga, well, I went through more than you, but at the end of it, we both took away something.
Mine takes me with a knife. Well, she shot my ass.
Right.
Well, you know what I mean?
Well, she stabbed me and threw me and hit me with the car.
You know what I mean? And well, mine did all that, and she got me locked up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it was needed though. It was needed. It was needed, bro. Because what we did was we basically stuff that we had bottled up, stuff that we maybe thought we were done with or had, you know, moved on from. Obviously we haven't, because we still dwelling on it and it's still, you know, we still talking about it. So after we finished, you know, trauma bonding, you know, we started talking business and, You know, we talked about a lot of stuff, but I brought him up because he said something to me, man, and he was like, bro, he said never, I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically he was saying like never sacrifice your peace for anyone or anything. You know what I mean? Never sacrifice your peace. And it really didn't click in the moment. I understood what he was saying, but I didn't fully grasp the magnitude of it. You know what I mean? Like never sacrifice your peace. But this is the issue though. He said never sacrifice your peace. But what if you've never had peace? What if you don't know what peace looks like? What if you've never had peace? What if your life has always been chaotic and just crazy and just, you know, indecisive? Your whole life has been like that. How do you find peace? So if you never had peace, how do you gain peace, or how do you find peace?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so to what let me go back to the chat. I'm gonna paraphrase. SBC, to what SBC said. He said coupled with female-led households has led to dysfunction, and it has. They hate statistics, bro. They hate statistics, but the statistics show that female-led households they put out the worst product. Most of the men that's in jail, the rapists, the robbers, the finesses, the scammers, the woman abusers and beaters, the pimps, and all these the gorilla pimps, and all these type of men are that the women are complaining about now are being raised by women. So the exact issue or the exact man that you're complaining about are being created by the exact women that are complaining about the men.
Yeah.
Most of the women that I know that's running around talking about men ain't shit, they have sons. So, and they don't even realize what they're doing. Like when you speak like that around your son, what are you telling him? If you're saying that men ain't shit, you're not saying that the men I choose ain't shit or the men I can get ain't shit. You're saying that all men ain't shit. So one day he's gonna be a man. He's not a man yet, but one day he will be a man. So in his mind, it's like, okay, well then I ain't shit.
Yep.
You say my dad ain't shit. I'm literally my father. Right, I'm his son. So how can he? If he ain't shit, then how can I be something?
I can say this about women, though. Since we on that subject, women versus men. Men are direct decision makers. They might whatever we gonna do, especially the younger we are, we gonna jump. We just gonna jump. Women are indecisive. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, you got a wife, you got a girl, you got a friend, woman friend. Y'all go get something to eat together, and let her bring up this and ask her where you want to go eat at. Most women gonna be like, I don't know, you pick, and then you say something, they be like, nah, I don't want to eat there. You gone through a whole list of 10 places when they could have said exactly what they wanted to have to begin with. Yeah, you ordered to go to the steakhouse or whatever. You done went through every last thing until you ended up on the steakhouse, and she wanted to go there to begin with.
Right. That's why I don't ask. See, this is what I do, bro. I've been doing this shit.
No, that was just a you know what I'm saying? A point of indecisiveness.
You're right. Yeah. That's why we're supposed. This is the hierarchy. I don't care if you're religious or not. This is just the hierarchy. Something has to govern you. So whether that be God, whether that be whatever it is, whatever outside of you or whatever inside of you that governs you, you have that at the top, right? Whether it be God, whether it be a book, a religion, or whatever, you have that. Then up under that, you have you.
Yeah.
Then under that, you have the woman. Then you have the children. That is the hierarchy. I did not make it this. No, hear me out. I did not make it this way, right? I don't agree with it. I don't disagree with it. I just accept it. This is nature, right? We talked about nature earlier, right? And living in harmony with nature, being stoic. Yeah. I don't go against the grain. If you step outside of that, you're going against the grain. Now, this is the way that this system or this universe or whatever you want to call it, this dimension, this life, this experience, this is how it was designed. I didn't create the design. Yeah. But it works for me in my favor if I follow the rules. There's rules and guidelines according to all right, for instance,
the Bible.
the Bible. Right.
All
But
religious
hold
books.
on. All not religions, but all doctrines, right? All whether it's the Bible, the Quran, the Book of the Dead, whatever it is, whatever you the Metronetta, I don't care what you into. If it makes you a better person, if it gives you a way of living that is better or superior to the way you're currently living, then yes, that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying? If it works for you, why would you do anything else? So since the beginning of time, there's a certain way that your people or your nation has conducted themselves or has lived their lives under certain rules or certain guidelines, and and they were successful, and they things went in their favor. Why wouldn't you continue that? This new shit don't work. This Western philosophy and this Western way of living, it doesn't work for us.
Tony M say, that question ain't allowed in my house. He was referring to the question about the food. You know what I'm saying? He said,
oh yeah, back to that. Okay, now I'm just using that for an example, right? I do this a lot, right? And it could be a woman I'm dealing with, a woman I'm just associating with, whatever. I do case studies on people all the time, every day, all day. I'm always studying, people and human behavior. So I'll ask. I already know where I'm going. I just want to see what they gonna say, right? Every time it's the same. I don't know. Okay, you don't know, or you don't know what you want. Then I give options, and you don't want that either. Okay, well then I'm gonna choose where we go eat. I'm also gonna choose what you're going to eat, because this is why this is important, bro. There's no difference between women and children. Children don't know what they need. They know what they want. They don't know what the hell they need. Same thing with women. They don't know what they need. They know what they want.
Right.
And the issue is not that they want. The issue is that they should be wanting what they need. You understand what I'm saying?
You see what Student for Life. I mean, not say Student for Life. Solo but Connected, my brother, man. You see what he say?
In the ideal society, women will be born under the authority of their fathers. Yes, in the ideal society, that's correct. This will remain until This will remain until authority over the female is transferred. Oh, hold up. Now he done opened a whole goddamn can of worms. He opened a barrel of worms.
Well, before you go in, because I know you gonna go in, I gotta say this. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. Not saying it's gonna work and not saying that it's not. But a lot of the if you are born into royalty, you have no say so on who you marry and when you marry them.
Yep.
So with that being said, I've heard reading this story, historical stories of women talking about how they disliked their husband, which was somebody of a royal status. They don't have to be a king, but just because you're born into a royal family, you have to marry into a royal family. So them being put in situations they hate to do, then they learn to like him. You know what I'm saying? In the whole nine. And I'm not saying that should be every case in the whole nine, but there was a standard of practices on how you would court, how you would marry, how, you know what I'm saying, the families were introduced to each other, how, the increase of both family status. It was almost like breeding dogs. You know what I'm saying? This bloodline goes with this bloodline because it makes sense. It's no thought put it in.
You're right, bro. But that's the problem, is that they've tricked us into thinking that we should care more about a woman's feelings than our purpose as men. I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. Nobody on this planet do I care about your fucking feelings, because they're yours. Why should I care about your feelings? That's like, okay, Big A has a collection of shoes. Why should I care about Big A? They're your fucking shoes. Why should I care more about your collection of shoes than what's on my own fucking feet? My own shoes dusty, the soles coming off and everything else, but I don't care. As long as Big A shoes is good. Like, what? That don't even make sense. You got to take care of self first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take care of yourself and your house first before you even think about anything else. So if your temple is dirty and it's not together, how the hell am I gonna help somebody else build their temple up?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I agree. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Now I'm gonna give you how it's supposed to go. The father, this is why it's a tradition when you get married for the father to give the daughter away. You can't give something away that you don't possess or that you don't own, right? Your child, your children, your wife, that is your property as a man. I don't give a damn how anybody feels about what I'm saying. It's the truth. And that's the problem. We have to stop tap dancing around words and all that. Fuck that shit. You a man. Say what the fuck you mean and mean what the fuck you say. As a man, I am the head of the household, right? So all y'all do what the fuck I say, or you can get the fuck, because I don't need none of you motherfuckers. And that's how you got to carry it, because if you don't, then you're going to get walked over. They're not going to appreciate you. They're going to disrespect you, and they're not going to appreciate you. Now, back to the structure. The father is supposed to, it's tradition for the father to give the daughter away when you get married. Why? Because the father is your head. A woman's always supposed to be covered. She's always supposed to have a covering, right? A provider and a protector. That's supposed to be your father first. He's supposed to instill these values and principles in you. Your mother's supposed to teach you how to be a wife, how to be a mother, right? Now, that makes you an asset to whom? Your father, because you're under his roof. You've been a liability your whole fucking life. Now it's time for you to become an asset to me. I put the work in. I put the investment in you. Motherfucker, you better go out here. This is the man I've chosen for you to be with. This is a good man. He is going to add value to my household, to my kingdom. Why? Because his family and he has resources and his family has resources that's going to not only benefit me, but also everyone under my household. This goes back to what you were saying when you're talking about a monarch, or you talking about, you know, a royal bloodline or a monarchy, right? I'm gonna you marry who you chose, who not who you choose to marry, because you're a woman. So you're gonna think of your feelings and emotions. Oh, he's cute. Oh, I like his hair. I like his eyes. Who gives a fuck? Can he provide and can he protect? This is why women end up with men and then they be mad. Oh, he ain't shit. Yeah, but he had green eyes though, right? Your baby's got good hair, but you broke and you know struck. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's dumb shit. This is why women aren't supposed to make decisions. So back to my point. Let me get this over with. So as a man, right? It's your job to make sure that your daughter you're gonna build that little girl up, and when she becomes a woman, you find her a spouse or a mate. All right, and then that's why it's traditional at the wedding, you give her away, right? You're now relinquishing your headship over that woman. And now you're granting that to her husband. So now it is now his responsibility to provide and protect for this woman.
Hey.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, this ain't funny. It ain't funny. But nah, I don't know if I should say it, man.
Go ahead, man. Say it. Say that. That's what I'm talking about. Say that shit, man. You a man. Say that. And have your chest out when you say it. I know if your chest out, because your voice be deeper. Say it. Say it with your chest.
Imagine you having a set of daughters, 2-3 daughters, and they've been divorced and married 3 times. And they you know, imagine you showing up to the wedding having to give away 3 times, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't funny. It ain't funny. It ain't funny, man. I know, man. That's why I said I should have kept my dark humor to myself.
But it's not funny, but it's reality though. That's reality, bro. It's fathers out here that have done that.
Yeah, you be like, well, I hope this one stick. I hope this one stick.
But look, it won't. But you know why that happens is because either the man is lacking somewhere, or he picked the wrong woman to procreate with and make those girls with, or no. Because I'm telling you, my homeboy got a daughter. He got kids. He got 7 kids, man. He take care of them all. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him. But one of his daughters, we say, man, whoever she get with is gonna be hell and hot water for them. He know his daughter already, huh? But why is it that way? Because that's what I'm saying. This all stems from the childhood and the upbringing. Because you know, personal situations and you know, in and out the house and dealing with what they got to deal with, and it just, you know, things happen. But
yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about things that happen in that time frame. if y'all beefing or whatever, you out the house, and you know what I'm saying, what is being implemented into that child's daily routine as far as the conversations being heard. What is, you know what I'm saying? What are they hearing on a regular basis? You know, how is the woman acting when you ain't there? If y'all, you know, separated, then all of a sudden you ain't this, you know, then all this other stuff, and it gets projected onto the child.
But what you just
children,
explained, you just confirmed what I just said. That means he chose
yeah.
the wrong woman.
Yeah, but yeah, he chose the wrong one. But yes, you're right. I'm tripping, but you right. But I'm saying, it's the woman. No, yeah, he made the wrong choice. He made the wrong choice, without a doubt. That is the
and it's okay to say
him,
that, bro. It's okay to say
him.
that.
Yeah, for him, that's the root of his problem. For her, she got a whole different problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. We can't, as a nation of people, bro, we'll never be able to. I don't think we'll ever be perfect, right? I don't think there's no such thing as a perfect household or perfect nation or community. I don't think that exists because there's always going to be an issue or problem, right? That's just human nature. But why it doesn't work is because we understand that, but we don't. Bro, this is the main thing. Accountability.
I'll read SBC stuff too, man. I'm agree on everything he said.
Yeah, SBC. Now he talking this shit.
He said, "How many households?" What?
Let me get to the comment. Hold on. What they talking
He
about?
say, "How many households led by women have absolutely no firearm?" He said a majority. He said, even when it comes to dogs, what kind of dogs do they get? Weak breeds that cannot protect the guard. And a lot of times, if they do get a working dog breed, no matter what it is, a lot of times they can't control that dog properly.
No, they can't. And I don't know how. I told you I used to work for Spectrum, bro. I don't know how many times. And and I talked to Shogun about this. I think last year, year before last, sometime. And I was heated, bro, because it was so many, especially in all of them in apartments, because they can't afford homes, because they can barely pay their rent. But they all got these fucking bullies and you know, the XL. Why do you have this big, massive ass fucking man eater, and you have no control over this motherfucker? You don't. It won't listen to you. And you just got it loose. Or this is the thing that kills me, bro. I had to help this dumb young girl. The dog. Okay, I'm in my truck, right? I'm getting my equipment, my tools together, whatever. About to do a job. I'm in an apartment complex. The girl's walking her dog, or should I say the dog is walking her, right? She on her damn phone, not paying attention. The dog is dragging her along. So the dog sees me. He starts barking. Then the dog sees a fucking rabbit, right? The rabbit comes out. It was like some little tree line or wooded area on the behind where I was parked at. It was like a hill, and it was like some wooded areas and shit. So the rabbit comes darting out, runs out in the street, crosses the street, goes over like in between the breezeway and through, because you know the breezeway goes straight through and there's woods behind that apartment building. So the dog sees the rabbit. The dog takes the fuck off. Snatches the bitch so fucking hard, pulled her arm out the socket. She ain't dropped that fucking phone though. But look, she ain't dropped that phone. Hollering, screaming. So I had to help her up. Another guy came. Thank God he was a fucking nurse. He was on his way to work. He's like, no, just hold her. That. So we she crying. Well, I heard it. I'm be like, we know, but we got to put it back in the socket. So you know, I'm holding her and shit, trying to, you know, and then so he got it back in the socket and shit. So I'm like, well, the dog done ran off. I don't know where the dog is. So I go run to the back of the complex. The dog is up by the tree line. He just standing there looking around and shit. So
like
So I grabbed the leash or whatever. So he looking at me. So I yoke him up on the leash. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I yoked him up. So I'm walking back with the dog. This is why I say men, and just with structure and discipline, bro. The dog was he wasn't even walking with her like that at first. I yoked his ass up. He was walking right beside me on my heels.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like,
why do you have this big? She had a bully, bro. Why do you have this big ass fucking dog? Well, I live by myself, and you know but I'm like, but this is danger. And I was telling Dre, a lot of these attacks, right? For instance, I'm not gonna say her name, but a close friend of mine, her daughter just recently was attacked by a pit bull, right? A family dog. Now, if that got out into the public, what type of negative connotation is going to come with that? How is that going to negatively affect the pit bull, that breed, right? They already got a bad rap, but this is my thing. We blame the dog, like DMX used to say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. So I'm not blaming the dog. If it's a stray dog, that's different. But if it has an owner, I blame the fucking owner.
Yeah, I had my coworker, he had said this lady needed help training a dog. So she called me, we go back and forth, and I go meet her at the park. Because, she said the dog is big, it's, dragging her around, it gets excited, she can't control it. And I asked her what kind of dog it was. She said it's a bully mixed with a Cane Corso. Said, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always have problems, especially with women that try to take on these exotic breeds not knowing anything. It's already one thing to be taking on a large breed. Then it's another thing to be taking a mixed breed that, both sides of the ball can show signs of aggression. Yep. And you don't have any background on training or anything. So when I saw the dog, we pull up. When I pull up and we meet, let's at a park at nighttime, because nobody would be out. The dog is 1 year old, 130 pounds, and she is maybe, I don't know, maybe 120 soaking wet. The dog, the dog is so big, and I'm like, man, first of all, the dog is so big, I wouldn't take the dog. That first thing. Second thing, man, the dog, at that point in time, you wait, a dog that size for you done wasted your time to this point, man. There's nothing you can do with this dog. You can't do nothing with the dog. She wants to keep the dog. She calls me maybe about 6 months later and asks me, hey, I'm gonna have to get rid of them. Do you know anybody that'll buy them? I'm selling them for $1,200. I didn't respond because I wanted to tell them that first of all, ain't nobody gonna buy that mixed breed for anything. Next thing, next thing, but then, I text her, I said, I'll see. Then 2 weeks later, she texts me, hey, can somebody just come pick the dog up? They can have the dog. There's nobody that I know that wants the dog. So that's those type of situations, man. I'm sure that dog probably got released, into the wild or something, man. That's how it goes.
He probably got euthanized, bro. I'm just saying, but and that's the sad thing about this shit. But that's what I mean when I say that they can't make their own decisions because they make poor decisions.
Yeah.
You can't pick the right dog, can't pick the right man, you can't pick the right restaurant, you can't pick the right fucking shoes, you can't pick the right nothing. Because you ain't supposed to be picking shit and making decisions. That's your husband or your father's job.
Yeah, man.
The SBC, he going in, man. He said, damn, he said, I had a bitch so ratchet when I was younger. The father told me to leave her alone. God damn.
That's what I'm saying. That was my homeboy with his daughter. He said, man, whoever she get with, man, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah. And but that sad thing is, bro, we all know women like that, whether it's a family member, a co-worker, ex, or fucking, whatever. We all know somebody like that. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Any nigga that deal with you, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But I don't feel sorry for him because I had to go. We all had to go through it. You have to you got to go to hell to get to heaven.
Yeah.
You got to. So when you deal with the ain't shit women, right? And then you realize, okay, this ain't it. To the point that when you get a decent woman, now you appreciate her. See, because this is how it goes, bro. You got women, just how you got men out here that ain't shit, that dog women out in this, that, third, you got women that do the same thing. But those women have to go through that so that now when they get a good guy, it's like, okay, I'm doing whatever the fuck it takes to keep this man. Or he wants me to cook, clean. I got to suck his dick every day at 7 o'clock. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it with glee, with a smile on my face. Do you understand what I'm saying? When a man gets that, after he's gone through hell with all these other ain't shit bitches, bro, he's not letting that go. He gonna do whatever it takes to keep that. So both parties appreciate both parties because they know what it's like not to have that, right? So they appreciate it. But when you, and that's the issue, is like, you know, you become, a lot of people become entitled. We have a sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she does that anyway. All right, that's that. She always cooks, or she always did. So to a man that's used to having those things, he's not gonna appreciate it. His mother did it for him. His wife does it for him. He don't appreciate the shit. But then you take a man that's never had that. Oh, he ready to kill. You fix me a hot
Yeah.
meal. I ain't never had a woman fix me a hot meal. She looking like, damn, nigga, you've never. Your mom did. I ain't know my mom. Like, well, shit, damn. Oh. So you understand what I'm saying? It's real shit though.
Yeah.
So that man is gonna appreciate that woman. He's gonna love her and give her things, or give her the type of relationship that she's never had before, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So like I said, you have to go through hell to get to heaven. But that's crazy though. For a woman, for her dad to tell you to leave her, that's crazy as shit, bro. That's wild.
Nah. Trying to warn them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
Tony,
know
Tony,
plenty of
Tony,
pops
Tony,
like
Tony.
that.
Tony, right though, man. And it's basic obedience training. Like, it's like, okay, if you're not gonna train your dog, at least pay somebody else to do it. Especially if you got these big breeds of dogs, you know what I'm saying? You got, bro, I be sitting, and it be the littlest women, bro.
Yeah.
120 pounds soaking wet, and you got a double XL. Like, why do you have the? Well, my ex used to breed him, and you know he didn't. When we broke up, he ain't want me to fuck that shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
this dog bigger than
Nah,
you.
they better off getting a bulldog. You know, I'm talking about the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they gonna hit
Yeah.
themselves in the head. They gonna kill themselves with that.
Yeah. They better off
Recoil
getting a
gonna knock
bulldog.
their ass out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this shit, man, it's but to stay on topic, bro. Mental health, bro. Mental health is so important. I'm tired of brothers offing themselves because they don't have the resources, or they don't have that outlet. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. This platform is all about that. We all for mental health, bro. If you going through something, or you dealing with something, or you running from something that you don't want to deal with, bro, we here. I don't judge. I don't, but just know, I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm not gonna baby you. I'm not gonna coddle no nigga, no grown ass fucking man. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to hear. I will never tell a person what they want to hear. I'm always gonna tell you what you need to hear. And what you always need to hear is the truth, whether you like it or not. And I expect the same in return. That's iron sharpening iron.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Because that's what's needed. That's what's missing. That constructive criticism. It's the difference between criticism and constructive criticism. I'm not telling you something just because I want to hurt you. Yes, what I'm saying might hurt, but is it true? And if you apply
Yeah.
what I'm telling you, will it benefit you? If the answer is yes, then get out your fucking feelings and get to work.
Well, the thing is did you get the message? That's at
Yep.
the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome said we have to lead
Good boy.
going forward with what we have realized over the last 50 years in entirety,
Good boy.
especially healing, as such studies can show the cause and stages of effect. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot has changed in the past 50 years, a lot.
Yeah.
But I honestly think, bro, if we stuck together as men, the way, and I told a coworker of mine a while ago, and it was a family member, because I noticed how women, all right, for instance, try, and everybody in the chat, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. A motherfucker could be dead fucking wrong, right? Dead ass fucking wrong. You can talk to a woman that has they don't even know the woman you're talking about. Ain't never met her, don't know her, nothing. You explain the situation. They will make all the fucking excuses in the world for that woman. Well, maybe she didn't. Oh, this bitch took all my money. She shot me in the head. I didn't die. She took all my fucking money and left me for dead after we was together for 10 years. Well, maybe, I don't know, but maybe, did you ever think maybe like, hold the fuck up. Did you not hear, so you just going to discredit every fucking thing I just said. So you're not going to hold her accountable and say, oh, that bitch ain't shit. But but see, this is the thing. It was, the damage was done to a man. This why I said, you got, as men, we got to pay attention to this. A woman like that, you don't need to deal with. Because that means that she'll do it to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, that you got to really listen when you be talking to people. Listen to their responses and listen to what they say. If she's already in defense of the woman and you're giving her the details, she only has one side of the story. She
Yeah.
don't know the woman personally. She don't know her side. She wasn't there to witness it. Nothing. All she knows is what you're telling her, and you haven't even finished your story, your statement. She's already trying to take sides with the woman or trying to make excuses for the woman for her behavior. That
Yeah.
means she's in agreement or she doesn't see anything wrong with what she did, or she's assuming, well, what did you do to cause her to do that? You had to must have did something for her to do that. That type of woman, bro, you need to run.
Yeah.
Run. Because that means she does not only if she's not holding a stranger accountable, you think she's gonna hold herself accountable?
Yeah.
Now flip it and let's say, oh yeah, you know, I know this woman, this guy, he did this, that, and the third. Woo, woo, he shot her in the head, took all her money. Oh, he ain't shit. He need to go to jail. He should have been killed. That don't make no sense. She is gonna tear his ass a new one. But for some
Yeah.
reason, when it's a woman at fault, they make excuses.
Yeah.
That type of woman, bro, you gotta run, bro. You better run. You better leave her alone.
Yeah.
Because they don't, that's what I'm low key jealous of that. How women take up for other women, but we don't do the same for each other. A woman will take up for a total fucking stranger. This bitch could be dead fucking wrong. She's still gonna make excuses for her and gonna side with her.
Yeah.
You want to call it the sisterhood, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They gonna take up for each other, right or wrong. And I just wish us as men that we would do the same. Not saying that, you know, if a nigga wrong, don't correct him or don't, you know, chastise him on his you know, his wrongdoing or his flaws or his, you know, bad behavior. But I'm saying the way that we in public, how we talk and how we interact or how we talk about each other in public.
Yeah.
Now what we doing behind closed doors when we dealing with each other as men, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But in the public eye, I wish we had that same decorum.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Nah, for real.
Yeah, because it's like mental health, bro, for men is like non-existent. You know what I mean? It's like for a man to be vulnerable, it's looked at as a weakness, which is not because you're human.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, oh, I don't cry. Nigga, yes, you do. And if you don't, that's a problem. For one, fuck the emotional aspect. Your tear ducts just need to be cleaned out, nigga. Like, if nothing else, like you understand what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
it's nothing wrong with being emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because we all emotional. We just don't like anger. If you quick to get upset or get angry or get mad, nigga, that's an emotion.
Yeah.
Does that make you weak? Does that make you, you know, less of a man? No, it just makes you human.
Yeah.
We have to stop feeding into this narrative because this is what I tell young brothers, bro, in everything in life, right? When if somebody is trying to tell you how you should conduct yourself, and think about what they're telling you, and think about if you do that, will it benefit you or will it benefit them?
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to break it down, to know if somebody's really giving you information out of love or they just trying to use you.
Big facts.
So if you got a woman, a real man would do this, that, and third. A real man would pay all my bills. A real man, okay, well, all this shit that you naming a real man would do benefits you. It don't benefit me. So that lets me know that you're not trying to manipulate, because it's nothing wrong with manipulation, right? It's the intent behind the manipulation.
Yep.
So are you trying to manipulate me to do something that's going to benefit myself or to benefit the both of us? Or are you trying to manipulate me to do something or accomplish something through the manipulation to get me to do something that's going to benefit you?
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
For real.
If what you're telling me right now, this information you give me, or what you're trying to manipulate me, you're telling me that a real man is not something that you're telling me I'm not a real man because I'm not doing something or saying something that benefits you.
No,
So to flip that, it'd be like, oh, well, real woman would suck my dick every night when I get home from work. A real woman would have my food cooked and ready when I got home. You ain't no real one. Yeah. A real woman would do this and do that, because that's the flip side of it, right? Because all those things, they benefit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's manipulation, my brother, which is nothing wrong. I'm manipulating right now. I'm manipulating the minds of the masses right now as I speak. But what am I
Yeah.
manipulating y'all to do? Am I manipulating y'all to go out here and do some goofy shit or some dumb shit or do something that's gonna benefit me? No. I'm giving you games so you can take it and apply it to your life so you can have a better life, so you can have a better marriage, so you can have a better relationship with your wife or your girlfriend, your baby mama, your children, your parents, whoever.
Yeah.
Yourself. You can have a better relationship with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So where you can be honest with yourself and open with yourself. So where now I can, once you address the problems and issues that you have, now you can fix them and move on.
Yeah.
But that takes accountability, and accountability takes self-reflection. Most people don't have the ability to self-reflect, to sit back and think about a situation and see how they caused it. It's always somebody else. Oh, if so
Yeah.
and so didn't do this, or if you hadn't done this or that, then I wouldn't have done this or that. It's like, no. So what you're saying is I control you. That's what you're saying. No, you don't control me. Well, that's what you just said.
I always try to look at what did I do wrong, and if I didn't do anything wrong, what could I have done to change the outcome of the situation at hand? You know, I'm trying to figure that out because, you
And
know,
and it
it,
and if it's
uh,
other parties involved outside of you, the answer is nothing.
no, it is. It's always an
Nope.
answer. It's
Nope. The
no, it's
answer, no,
always an
I'm
answer.
saying it is an answer, but the answer is nothing. There's nothing you could have done. Because if it's outside of you, you can only control you, right?
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, like, look, man, you have a choice, even in death. Even in death. You know what I'm saying? You always have a choice. How you want to die.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I mean, you gonna die crying, die screaming, if you have a chance to even recognize that you died, because it can
Right.
happen in a flash. But at the same time, like, man, it's a lot of situations that are out of your control, right?
Yeah.
There's some things that happen at your job or something like that that you can't control. But looking at the root of the situation, or how can I change the situation? I'm at a job. The situation at the job is something that I can't control. It's out of my hands. How can I fix the situation? Or how can I go back? I can go ahead and blame the job, point all the fingers and say this job is messing up. Or I can go back and I can look like, okay, this ain't the job for me. Maybe I need to do a career change. Where did I mess up at? Man, my ass should have probably did this instead of that. Okay, I probably need to go back to the drawing board and do this and get myself out this situation because whatever is happening at that job is probably gonna keep happening over and over again. It's out of your control. You have a choice in the matter. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to look at the root of the situation versus I'm a manager a whole. You know what I'm saying? Such and
Yeah.
such and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I know he was a hoe to begin with. When he was born on this earth, his mama was a hoe and his daddy was a hoe. And
Yep.
he, guess what? He a hoe. And now I'm
Yep.
dealing with it. But I'm sitting there blaming the whole situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the job, they against me, they this, they that. Or I could be like, you know what, man, I know what the root of the situation is. It's me. I need to
Right.
get my I need to get my ass the fuck on. Now how do I do that? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
always a way to look at that situation, you know?
No,
Yeah,
you right. You right. And but like you
yeah,
said, uh what's the name said it earlier in the chat. Pitwise Kennedy, he said allergic to accountability. And it's not
yeah.
just women.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not only because I told you this channel is for men. So that doesn't only apply to
Mm-hmm,
women. It's men too. I know a lot of men
mm-hmm,
that run from accountability.
mm-hmm.
And that's why their lives suck, and that's why they can't grow and they can't progress because they're running from accountability. You have to run
Right.
to accountability. That you can't
Yep,
show me a successful man ever in the history of mankind that did not accept accountability. You have to. In
yep.
order for you to be successful and for you to grow and be great, you have to hold yourself accountable. And by you holding yourself accountable, see, because I hold myself accountable, I have to hold everyone else accountable. Because how in the fuck you expect me to hold myself to a standard and not hold you to it?
Well, the thing is, that's where I messed up in life a lot is holding people accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I messed up a lot. Putting putting a value on somebody
Yeah.
that doesn't, or what can I say?
They can't. They
having
can't.
certain
Yeah.
no, you setting a certain expectation for a person,
Mm.
and you
They can't
getting
be
upset when they don't meet your
your
expectation.
ex. Ooh,
That
shit.
used to be a
I'm about to mute
major
the mic. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, that used to be a major issue with me, man. Because I be so invested in what I'm invested in. I care about I care about or whoever I'm bringing in, and I do that. So I used to do that all the time. Have homeboys and make you know what I'm saying. Have certain expectations of people that I put on them. You know what I'm saying, and get upset when they don't meet my expectations. So. You know, a lot of people do that. They do that with their circle. They do that with the people they around, and they're not looking at things from a reality perspective. People are who the hell they are, and we want so much for you know the people that's around us, or the people that do this and do that, or the people that you care about. But at the end of the day, you're setting high expectations for people that can't meet those expectations. I never try to necessarily put expectations on people nowadays, man. I let them meet whatever expectations they can meet. And you know, that kind of changed a lot of things about me as far as with my relationships and because I'm stiff. I might not seem like it, but I'm stiff, like cold blooded stiff. And that being like that, man, secluded me to a chosen few. You know what I'm saying? Because I put too many expectations, or I had my expectations too high on the people that surround me. Some people do it with their children. Some people do it with their immediate family members, with their friends, and the whole nine. But that's something that'll let you down every time, man. Putting expectations, you know, placing expectations on people, man. But yeah, I'm done.
Nah, bro,
Mhm.
you're absolutely right, and I'm guilty of it as well. You know, because
Yeah.
I set a certain standard or a certain uh criteria for how I move or how I govern my life,
Yep. And
and
you
I want to
expect
set
people
that
to
same standard for others, but they're not me.
they wasn't raised in your household. And
Right?
even
They
if they
didn't go
were,
through the things that I went through. They don't have the
yep.
perspectives that I had, so I can't expect
And,
them to even understand where I'm coming from. You know, it's like
mhm. But
because
let
it's
me tell you where, but this is where a lot of people meet uh and can have a common like some common ground, and that's within their moral law. And I say that, and I'm gonna continue to say that. And so your moral law sets you in certain values. Like, for example, if you're Christian and you from Africa, you still base your morals off of the Ten Commandments. Just like somebody right here who's Christian. If you Muslim, you gonna pray to the east. Like the Muslims all across the world. Your moral laws are set in stone. You don't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's from that perspective. But it also goes into business. It also goes into what people, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say our moral value is money. We getting into this strictly for the money. People will rob, steal, and kill and do all types of shit for money. So your moral law is weak. That's the thing that can pull people to common ground is finding a moral law, not necessarily setting expectations on people. You know what I'm saying? Finding that common ground that y'all believe in something that you don't have to. It's the mission, I guess you could say.
no, you're
Yeah,
right, and that's what you just called what you're talking about is called community building, right? A
yeah,
community is a collective of like-minded individuals. That's what how you build a community, right?
yeah,
You're governed by Islam, right? You're Islamic.
yeah,
I'm Islamic. She's Islamic. He's Islamic, right? So
yeah.
we all connected or we all come together under Islam, right?
Mhm.
So when we deal with each other, we're dealing with each other based off of Islamic culture or Islamic creeds, right? So
And
I'm not going to do anything, huh?
we might not even like let's say we might be on two different levels as far as what we like, and but as far as what you saying, we based in that. So our moral values are the same.
Exactly. And this is why I
Yeah.
say you can put me in a room or in a community, in a neighborhood with the most racist. I'm talking about hillbilly, got the Confederate flag, the swastika on his fucking forehead, and we would get along just fine. You know why? Because he honors, as long as he honors that constitution and he sticks to that, we ain't gonna have no issues.
Yeah.
You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with how I live my life, whatever. But as long as you respect me, I respect you, and we move based according to that constitution, bro, we ain't got no issues. If he gonna live and die by that constitution, and I'm gonna live and die by that constitution, bro, we can never bump heads. Never. You have your perspectives, I have my perspectives. You have your life, I have my life. Right? You govern yourself under whatever. But the big umbrella is that constitution.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You got the right to bear arms. I got the right to bear arms. You got the right. Do you understand what I'm saying? The same rights I got is
Yeah.
the same rights you got. And we're going to deal with each other accordingly under that constitution. So
Yeah.
whatever that constitution may be, like I said, it could be religious, it could be whatever it is. But we all govern ourselves based upon that. And that's what
Yeah.
connects us all, and that's what keeps everybody in line and in check. So it's you don't want, but this is the issue. We've traded that in for a person, right? So now you got a
Yeah.
person keeping everybody in check.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's a president, a king, a queen, or whatever, a dictator, you have one man or one woman that's keeping everybody else in line. That don't work.
Yeah.
Because
Nah,
how do I
for
know that
real.
this person's what's governing that person? What governs them? How do I know that you're
Yeah.
not going to get emotional or you're not going to do some backdoor shit or you understand what I'm saying? Some finessing type shit to
Yeah.
where in the public eye, this is why politics don't work because you're saying one thing, but then behind the scenes you're doing something different.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you can't put your. That's why the Bible say don't put your faith in man. Man is flawed. Why would you put your faith in something that's flawed?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And a lot of people, we do that. You know, I think it's human nature. You know what I'm saying? I think it's being naive. I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's human nature, man. And naturally want to do that. You know, um,
Yeah,
to even, you know, a lot of. I mean, just to believe in something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody. You know, I think a lot of us. Uh, and then another thing I notice is a lot of people disregard their life and try to watch somebody else and judge their life as if that person should be perfect.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, I see that a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? People hating and doing all types of stuff, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they life is shambles. You got a whole bunch of stuff. We all, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, steady watching. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a lot of that. But like I say, ultimately, man, I think a lot of people place people under put expectations on people uh and expect those people to meet those expectations, man. Yeah, yeah, man. But we way over time, bro.
Yeah, we are. We are. Definitely are. We always
Man,
overtime, man. We be getting it in.
OT, men at
Oh,
work,
that
getting that
rent spit.
overtime pay,
Time and
man.
a half.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a good one, man.
Awesome.
This is a good one. I
Yeah,
hope, everybody took something away that, can benefit them. And, if you were going through something or you are going through something, let this motivate you, bro. You're not alone. We all have issues. We all have traumas. We all got baggage. We all got insecurities. We all got crazy baby mamas or wives or
uh-huh.
girlfriends or we all got decisions, poor decisions that we made that we dealing with or suffering from now. We all do it. We either done it, we've been through it, or we going through it, or we ain't gone through it yet. So don't feel
Yeah,
bad, don't feel discouraged, don't give up. You know, don't off yourself. You know what I mean? Because when you do that, you're letting them win. You letting the enemy
Yeah,
win when you do that, bro. When you stay in the fight,
yeah,
that's what they don't want. They want you to off yourself. They want you to give up. Because when you do that, they win.
yeah.
Don't let
Low
your enemy win,
self-esteem.
bro. You're too valuable, man.
Yeah,
You're a man. You're a fucking man.
yeah,
Men make the world go round. We build shit. We destroy. We do that.
yeah,
We create. We
yeah,
cultivate. You see what I'm saying? So you need it. I don't care where you at in life, bro. You're needed. You're an asset. You just got to figure out how to make yourself an asset to yourself first. Cause that's another thing. I'm just say this, and we gonna close it. But we got to stop making ourselves assets to other people before we make ourselves assets to ourselves.
yeah,
Become
yeah,
an asset to yourself first, and then you can be valuable to others. But if you're not an asset to
yeah,
yourself first, then the only thing that you can do is be used by other people.
yeah. Nah, that's for real. For real, for real. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I'm speaking uh from my perspective and stuff that I did before myself and how I had to look at it. I had to stop placing high expectations on other people and started taking those expectations and looking in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, and I still I'm still struggling trying to make them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
But
it
that's what
is.
makes you a man, bro. The fact that
Yeah,
you
but
you,
that's
you see the go ahead.
oh my bad, but that's part of stoicism, man. That's one of the one of the written laws, man. Is setting yourself every day, trying to set goals that that you would it would be a how can I say a challenge to accomplish. Like it's it's damn near like a 50-50 for you to accomplish, meaning that every day you challenge yourself to do, set that goal and accomplish it. And don't make the goal just easy. You want to make it something that you got to, it's a challenge. It's stoicism. I think that, it makes you grow day by day, that way. But yeah, bro, my bad. Yeah,
We building, bro. We building.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
say.
yeah,
Speak your mind, man. That's what I say. It's the one
yeah,
place on the fucking planet. If you got a dick
yeah,
and balls between your legs, you can come here and speak your motherfucking mind. No judgment.
yeah,
Judgment
man.
free zone. Judgment
Hey, man.
free zone.
Yeah, I remember watching what was it, the man, what was that thing back in the day, man, with Magic John one? It was the Players Ball. Yeah. If y'all anybody remember the Players Ball, you gotta, yeah. So, once a year they got the Players Ball in Chicago, man. It's just a whole bunch of clips and stuff come out. But this is back in the day before with the VHS tapes or whatnot. They had the a shot of the Players Ball and they were, going through doing their thing, man. And Pimpin said uh they was like asking him, what's the difference between a man and a woman? He took a dollar, he slapped it on the wall, man, and made it stick. He said, "I can piss and I can hit that dollar. She can't." Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh man, I was yeah, a little kid watching that, man. But yeah, stuff I shouldn't have done. Um, yeah, man, but y'all know what it is, man. Uh, Catch us tomorrow in the AM 6:30, man. We'll be there, man. Hope y'all there, man. Hope you made your day go by a little smoother. We got the Digital Dog Show as usual coming up at the end of the month, the biggest one to date. As far as the payout. And then we got the dog of the week coming up at the end of the week. And we got the dog of the month. And on that, every digital dog show will be at the first Saturday of every month. So if it's in May, the May Digital Dog Show will be the first Saturday in June, and so on and so forth, man. And if y'all ain't a member, man, I don't know what y'all doing, man. Come on, get down with this movement, cause we here, man. Yes, sir. But other than that, Pimps, what's up, man? Where can they find you at, bro?
You already know, man. Men at Work on YouTube, TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Candlelift Collections, Instagram, TikTok, Men at Well, also YouTube, Pimps Over Simps on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, Macedonia Worldwide for you nasty freak niggas, man.
yeah,
On X and on TikTok. And yeah, man, tap in, man. We
yes,
working.
sir. Yeah, yeah, man, man. But you know what it is, man. We about to clock out after getting this overtime in, man. Men at Work, man. And we out.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain. Locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.